Hello students, welcome back to the online classes. Today, in this class, I am going to discuss with you about the third poetry of your English textbook, that is Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. Yes, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. Yes, before I am going to start the poetry and its explanation, I would like to introduce the poet in front of you. Okay, the present poetry, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening, it is written by Robert Frost. It is written by Robert Frost. And my dear students, the poet Robert Frost, he was an American poet. He was an American poet, and he was born in San Francisco. He was born in San Francisco and lived in the United States. Dear students, he started writing poetry, and he was earning money from teaching. After that, soon he became one of America's most popular poets, continuing the romantic tradition of William Wordsworth, Emerson and Dickinson. Yes, my dear students, he started to write poetry, and at the same time another profession he had started to earn the money, that is teaching. And by these two terms, by these two angles, soon he became one of America's most popular poets. And in those days, he used to continue the romantic tradition, the romantic movement, the continuing of the romantic tradition of William Wordsworth and Emerson and Dickinson. The present poetry, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening, it is written in 1922. Yes, my dear students, the present poetry, yes, written in 1922 and published in 1923 as part of his collection New Hampshire. Yes. Dear students, the present poetry, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening, is written in 1922 and published in 1923 as part of his collection New Hampshire. And the present poetry is told from, it is narrated from, it is explained from, it is told from the perspective of a traveler. The scenario or the scenery which the traveler had been seeing in his journey. When the traveler stops to watch the snowfall in the forest. That means, dear students, the poem is told from the scenery of a traveler. The poem is told from the perspective of a traveler. The traveler, he stops to watch the snow fall in the forest. And the present poetry, it would have been particularly impressive due to the poem's formal skill. It would have been particularly impressive. That means it is very impressive because of its formal structure, because of its formal skill, because of its formal and natural explanation of the beauty. It is written, the poetry is written in perfect form of iambic tetrameter. My dear students, it is written in perfect Yes, it is written in perfect iambic tetrameter. This is what the information of the poet regarding the poetry. And now I would like to describe the background of the poetry just now, and later that I shall explain the summary of the poetry. See, I shall explain the theme of the poetry. Okay, see my dear students, at present I am going to discuss with you about the background of the poetry. Stopping by woods on a snowy evening, that poetry describes a winter landscape. It describes a winter landscape beautifully. It describes a location. It describes a beautiful location, and that location, yes, that location is set in the moment of winter. ಚಳಿಗಾಲದ ಒಂದು ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದ ಚಳಿಗಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದಂಥ ಸ್ಥಳವನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದಂಥ ಕವಿ ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಈ ಕವಿತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ. The setting is woodland or the forest. The setting of the poetry is woodland. Woodland means forest. And that forest is away from village. It is away from the village. And around the woodland, around the forest, we can't see no one, we can't see anyone village. Okay, that means the forest that is set away from the village. ಊರುಗಳಿಂದ ತುಂಬ ದೂರದಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಕಾಡು, ಅರಣ್ಯ ಪ್ರದೇಶ. And almost it is winter and the time is evening. My dear students, almost the season, almost the time of the poetry is described that it is confirmed, the timing of the poetry, that is what winter season, and most apparently it is evening. It is the evening. And snowflakes, snow, of course, in the moment of winter we see what kind of a picture we see the snow. ನಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆ ಇಬ್ಬನಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಮಂಜು, ಇಬ್ಬನಿ, ಸ್ನೋ. ಓಕೆ, ಸಿ ಮೈ ಡಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಫ್ಲೇಕ್ಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಪದರಗಳು, ಹಿಮದ ತುಣುಕುಗಳು, ಹಿಮದ ಪದರಗಳು. ಓಕೆ, ಸಿ ಸ್ನೋಫ್ಲೇಕ್ಸ್, they fail to cover the leaves and the branches of the trees. ಆ ಮಂಜು, ಆ ಹಿಮ, ಆ ವಿಂಟರ್ ಸೀಸನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ, ಆ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ, ಆ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಹಿಮ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಎಲಿಗಳನ್ನು ಮುಚ್ಚಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಗಿಡಗಳ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊಂಬೆಗಳನ್ನು ಮುಚ್ಚಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗಲಿ ಅದ್ರ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. The snowflakes just they fail to cover the leaves and the branches of the trees. And we can see there is a lake And also we can see there is a lake by the side of the forest, and that is frozen into ice, filled with ice. ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲೇ ಆ ಅರಣ್ಯದ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲೇ ಒಂದು ಕೆರೆ ಇದೆ. ಕೆರೆ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫ್ರೋಸನ್, ದಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬೀನ್ ಫ್ರೋಸನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ಹೆಪ್ಪುಗಟ್ಟಿದೆ, ಐಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಎಸ್ ಮೈ ಡಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ದ ಪೋಯೆಟ್ stops his horse for a moment there. That means it is very clear that in this poetry, the poet Robert Frost, he is traveling to somewhere, and when he observes that beautiful location, he stops his horse. He is riding an horse for his journey towards to somewhere. ಅವನು ಕುದುರೆಯನ್ನು ಓಡಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕುದುರೆಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಸವಾರಿ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಹೋಗುವಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ he just approaches the beautiful location with a beautiful atmosphere. ಆ ಸುಂದರವಾದ ವಾತಾವರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಂದರವಾದ ಆ ಚಿತ್ರಣವನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ he just wants to stop there. He just wants to stop his horse. ತನ್ನ ಕುದುರೆ ಸವಾರಿಯನ್ನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಯಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. The poet himself, he stops his horse for a moment to contemplate upon the sight. Just he wants to make the realization of that sight. Just he wants to make to make his mind. He wants to make his mind and his heart to free. He wants to make his mind free. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತು ಧ್ಯಾನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತು ರಿಲೀಫ್ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳುವುದು ಅವನ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಷನ್. He intended to stop there and to realize his mind, and he wants to take some relief from that beautiful location at the time of evening, and the almost season is winter. Yes, he wants to stop his horse for a moment to contemplate, to make the meditation, or to get realized, or to get relief. ಧ್ಯಾನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವಿಶ್ರಾಂತಿ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅವಲೋಕನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡೋಣ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅನ್ಕೊಂತಾನೆ. ಯಾವುದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ? ಅಪಾನ್ ದ ಸೈಟ್ ಆ ಒಂದು ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ನ ಆ ಸುಂದರವಾದ ಚಿತ್ರಣದಲ್ಲಿ. and that brings to him an insight into the purpose of life. Yes, my dear students, try to understand. He wants to stop his horse. He wants to stop his horse for a moment. For a moment means for few minutes. He wants to sit there. He wants to spend the time there. He just wants to contemplate upon the sight. He just wants to make the meditation in that moment, because by meditating that contemplation brings to him ಅದು ಅವನಿಗೆ ತಂದು ಕೊಡ್ತದ. ಏನನ್ನ ತಂದು ಕೊಡ್ತದ? ಆನ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಟ್, ಒಂದು ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ ಒಳನೋಟ, ಒಂದು ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ, ಒಂದು ಅಂತರಾತ್ಮದ ಭಾವನೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ತಂದು ಕೊಡ್ತದ. ಇಟ್ ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಟು ಹಿಮ್ ಆನ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಫ್. ಎಸ್, ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಟೀಚಸ್ ಹಿಮ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಲೈಫ್ and what is the value of the life. That's why he wants to stay there, he wants to take the rest there. And my dear students, he realizes that just as nature fulfills its purpose, he also has to fulfill his purpose of life, and to achieve and he has to go along he has to go a long way before he can rest and before death overtakes him. Yes, by the situation, he realizes that the nature is fulfilling its purpose. That means the nature itself, it completes its sacred duty. Falling the snow on leaves and the branches of the trees. The nature is arranged with beautiful scenery. The location is arranged with a beautiful scenery, and that nature has given everything to that location, which describes the ultimate beauty of nature. There is a lake by the side of the forest, and in the forest there are so many trees, and on every tree the snow falls. The leaves and the branches of the trees are still getting to cover the snow on it. And he realizes, the poet Robert Frost, he realizes that, yes, of course, the nature is fulfilling its sacred duty, and my duty is, I have to cover my sacred duty, I have to cover my purpose of life, and I have to fulfill my purpose of life. That means I have to go a long way before I can take rest, before the death overtakes me. ಸಾವು ಬರುವ ಮುನ್ನ, ನಾನು ವಿಶ್ರಾಂತಿ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳುವ ಮುನ್ನ ನಾನು ಬಹುದೂರ ಪ್ರಯಾಣಿಸಬೇಕು. ಹೇಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಕತ್ತಲು ಆವರಿಸುವ ಮುನ್ನ ಆ ನಿಸರ್ಗ, ಆ ನೇಚರ್, ಹೇಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಕತ್ತಲು ಆವರಿಸುವ ಮುನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಆ ಹಿಮದ ಮಳೆಯನ್ನು ಸುರಿಯುತ್ತಿದೆಯೋ ಅಥವಾ ಹಿಮದ ಬೆಳಕನ್ನು ಸುರಿಯುತ್ತಿದೆಯೋ, ಹಾಗೆ ಕವಿಯ ಕೆಲಸ ಏನಿದೆ, ಕವಿಯ ಅನಿವಾರ್ಯತೆ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಕತ್ತಲಾಗುವ ಮುನ್ನ ಬಹುದೂರ ಕ್ರಮಿಸಬೇಕು. ಇದು ಆ ಕವಿಯ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಷನ್. Yes, this is what the background of the poetry. I hope you understand that, and I shall speak the poetry right now. Okay, dear students, listen it very carefully and understand it. Stopping by woods on a snowy evening. Whose woods these are? I think I know. His house is in the village. Though he will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. Yes, the beautiful stanza, the first stanza. My dear students, whose woods these are? When the poet enters into the forest, and when he observes so many beautiful, so many tall and short and width and so many trees in the forest, when he observes, he asks himself, whose trees are these? Whose trees these are? Whose land is this? ಈ ಗಿಡಗಳು ಯಾರ್ದು? ಈ ಜಾಗ ಯಾರ್ದು? ಈ ಚಿತ್ರಣ ಯಾರ್ದು? ಈ ಸುಂದರವಾದ ಸ್ಥಳ ಯಾರ್ದು? Whose woods these are? I think I know. His house in the village. That means the owner of this place, the belonging person of this place may be in the next village, Though he will not see me stopping here. Yes, of course, I just wanted to stop here, and the person who belonged to this place, and the person who owned this place, and the person who is the owner of this place does not know about me and about my stop here. ನಾನಿಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಲ್ಲೋದು, ನಾನಿಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗೋದು, ನಾನಿಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಗೋದು ಈ ಸ್ಥಳದ ಮಾಲೀಕನಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ he will not see me. He is not seeing me. That is what the Robert Frost is saying. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. Yes, of course, I wanted to see that the falling of snow, the snowfall on every leaf and every branch of tree. That means his woods, that person's trees will be covered with full of snow. And I just wanted to see that beautiful picture, but he will not see me to stopping here and to passing through here. My dear students, the speaker in the first stanza thinks about the owner of the woods, the owner of the trees, the owner of the plantation, the owner of the garden, the owner of the forest. He thinks, who is the owner of this forest? He, the poet, he is passing through that forest. He is passing through that forest. He is riding an horse. ಅವನು ಕುದುರೆ ಓಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಕುದುರೆಯನ್ನ ಸವಾರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಹೀಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಆ ಅರಣ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಗಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ, ಆ ದಟ್ಟ ಅಡವಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಗಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ. ಸಾಗಿ ಹೋಗುವಾಗ ಈ ಅಡವಿ ಯಾರದ್ದು, ಈ ಅರಣ್ಯ ಯಾರದು, ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಸುಂದರವಾದ ಗಿಡಗಳಿವೆ, ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಸುಂದರವಾದ ವಾತಾವರಣ ಇದೆ. He thinks himself so what various things. And he is confirmed, the poet Robert Frost, he confirmed that the owner of that place is not there. ಆ ಓನರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಮತ್ತೆಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾನೆ? The owner is in his village. That is also the landmark. Okay, the land owner is not there, but he is in the village. That means the owner's home, that is set in the village, and that village is too far from this place. ಆ ಹಳ್ಳಿಯ ಮನೆ ಈ ಅರಣ್ಯ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಿಂದ ಬಹುದೂರ ಇದೆ. Thus, the owner of this place will not see me physically stopping here and passing through the forest. Yes, this is what the conformity of the poet Robert Frost. And see the next stanza. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and the frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. That means, my dear students, my little horse must think it queer. Of course, it is very strange. It is very strange and surprised to the horse. ಅದು ಕುದುರೆಗೆ ತುಂಬ ವಿಚಿತ್ರ ಅನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ತುಂಬ ಹೊಸ ಸ್ಥಳ ಅನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದ ಪೋಯೆಟ್ ಹಿಮ್ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ವಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಹಾರ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಎಸ್, ದ ಹಾರ್ಸ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಕ್ that is the strange place. To stop without a farmhouse. The horse knew that wherever the poet wants to stand or wants to stop, there must be an house. ಕುದುರೆಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು, ಕವಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ನಿಲ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಮನೆ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೂ ಮನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಆ ಕುದುರೆಗೆ ಇದು ಒಂದು ವಿಚಿತ್ರ ಅನುಭವ. This is the special experience for the horse of that poet. To stop without a farmhouse near. Yes, it is shocking. The horse is shocking because there is no one house for the poet, and how can he stop me? That is his question. And of course, by stopping there, it gets a surprise to see that location. Between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. Yes, of course, in that moment, in that location, to stop between the woods and the frozen lake. ಅರಣ್ಯ ಮತ್ತು ಆ ಹೆಪ್ಪುಗಟ್ಟಿದ ಕೆರೆಯ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಲ್ಲಲು ಅಥವಾ ಅದರ ನಡುವೆ ನಿಲ್ಲಲು ಇದಕ್ಕೇನು ಅನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಹಾರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬ ವಿಚಿತ್ರ ಅನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಈವನ್ ದ ಡಾರ್ಕೆಸ್ಟ್ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಇಯರ್. ಎಸ್, ದಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಅ ಲಾಂಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಇಯರ್. ವರ್ಷದ ಅತಿ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾದ ಸಂಜೆ ಇರಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕವಿ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸಿ ಮೈ ಡಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ದ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ in the second stanza thinks that his horse must find it strange to stop, because there is no one house, there is no one farmhouse, there is no one the house of garden in that place. ಅಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಹೊಲದ ಮನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ತೋಟದ ಮನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ. ಕುದುರೆಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ ಅನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. And indeed, all the trees are surrounded by the beautiful forest. That means around the forest is surrounded and with the frozen lake by snowfall. ಹಿಮದಿಂದ ಆ ಕೆರೆ ಎಪ್ಪುಗಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಸುತ್ತುವರೆದಿದೆ ಕೂಡ. Okay, and it is the longest night of the year. This is what the second stanza. And see the third stanza. He gives his horness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. My dear student, the third stanza, it is beautiful. That means the horse, it just shakes its head. ಅದು ತನ್ನ ತಲೆಯನ್ನ ಅಲ್ಲಾಡಿಸುತ್ತಿದೆ. It just shakes its head, and by shaking the bells on its harness. Harness means, my dear students, an equipment that is put around the head or the neck of horse. ಕುದುರೆ ಸುತ್ತ ಕಟ್ಟಿರುವ ಒಂದು ಕುತ್ತಿಗೆ ಸುತ್ತ ಕಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು. See, it shakes the bells on its harness as if asking if the speaker has made a mistake by stopping. ಕುದುರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಆ ಸ್ಥಳದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತ ಮೇಲೆ ತನ್ನ ತಲೆಯನ್ನು ಅಳ್ಳಾಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಜೊತೆಗೆ ತನ್ನ ಇಕ್ವಿಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ಹಾರ್ನೆಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಶೇಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಕಾರಣ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಎಸ್, ಇಫ್ ದ ಪೋಯೆಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್, ನೀವೇನಾದರೂ ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿರೇನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ